New at 6, 10,000 children in Oklahoma, but only 2,500 foster families to care for them. Tonight, Fox 23 is investigating the state's foster care crisis. Fox 23 anchor Michelle Lynn discovered how overloaded the state system is and what happens to thousands of kids without homes.
This is the Pinnacle Plan. It outlines goals for DHS. We're finding out deadlines are passing and those goals aren't being met.
This isn't just a DHS problem, it's a community problem.
It's a problem that's grown so large, Oklahoma's Department of Human Services hired private agencies, including Chris Gills, to deal with the crisis. But the system is overloaded.
83 is our capacity, so we're right at capacity.
Thousands of kids across the state are forced to live at shelters, like this one, Tulsa's Laura Dester shelter.
There was this little girl that was sitting by me and she was just crying and she had just gotten there. She just says, "Is this an orphanage?"
It's not ideal. We would prefer for kids in the system to be in family-style homes.
But there just aren't enough of them. Amy White manages foster care for DHS.
We don't have enough foster families. Right now we have children that are waiting in shelters for appropriate placements.
That's why DHS is now paying 3 private agencies $40 a day per family to recruit and retain foster families.
It's a hard process. It's a long process.
Morgan Weiss is 26 years old. She's a foster mom to a 12-year-old boy.
The first 12 years of his life has shaped who he is. So there's so much about that I don't even know. It's like putting a puzzle together and you don't have all the pieces. I've always felt called.
Gill, Robertson, and White all tell us a lot of foster parents sound just like Weiss.
There are scriptures in the Bible that talk about this is your responsibility to take care of the orphans and widows.
Our partnership with the faith-based community has been an unbelievable positive for Oklahoma.
That's why DHS, with the help of those 3 private agencies, is actively spreading the message to churches around the state, asking people to consider fostering or to offer support to foster families.
That number will only grow unless we do something today.
And the numbers are growing. As we were putting this story together, even though the Laura Dester shelter was full, we watched as 2 more toddlers, twin girls, were brought in, one on the hip of a staff member, the other carried in by a police officer. Under the Pinnacle Plan, by the end of 2012, no child under the age of 2 was supposed to be living in the Laura Dester shelter. 5 months ago, the goal was not to have any child under the age of 6 at the shelter. Goals that clearly are not being met and won't be met until there's a foster family for every child that winds up in the system. Reporting in Tulsa, Michelle Lynn, Fox 23 News.